Welcome to the BFF Report. I'm your host, Mike B, aka Phony, and today's episode is going to be on World of Warcraft 4.0.1. So, not really a typical BFF report because what I want to do is just kind of go through there and show some of you guys the important things that you guys probably need to take care of, especially if you're a casual like me, who's just getting back into the game, getting prepared for cataclysms.
First off, there are a few things that are not in the game just yet. There's no flying in Azeroth, no archaeology, no raided battlegrounds, and the race class combinations haven't happened yet. A lot of this will be coming in 4.0.3 when Deathwing spends the better part of an upcoming Tuesday taking out his unresolved frustrations with the Titans on pretty much all of us. In the meantime, there are a few things that you should probably log in and take care of prior to the big QQ. First off, log in and go cry over how much G you get for all of your janky badges from those instances that you face rolled, slacker. The rest of us will be riding around enjoying our new combined currency, Justice Points. And by rest of us, I mean everyone but me. And for those of you who are dicking off when you should have been running heroics for the heirlooms that you'll really want to have when a cataclysm comes out, you're pretty much screwed. Take these items for example. Used to cost about 40 badges for most of these, now it costs a whopping 2,175 Justice Points. And how many points do you get per heroic now? Well, let's just look at a per boss thing. If you stick to the Lich King 10-mans, you'll walk away with about 16 points per boss. Taking all the other factors out of play, like the bonuses and all that crap, and assume that you're pulling an all-nighter, and let's assume that you're not going to hit the supposed weekly cap, you're looking at around 100 plus boss kills. Have fun with that. Once you're done with that, run down to the nearest trainer and pick up your skills. Take note that you're also going to be picking up mastery, but we'll talk about this in a second. Your talent tree looks totally different now, and you get your first point at level 10, and then you get one at 11, 13, 15, all the way up to level 80, and then you get an 81, 82, 83, 84, 85. Not confusing at all, right? Now, spending those points is also different, because you can't just go and throw in a couple points here in this tree, and then a couple points here in this tree. You have to actually go, once you pick, let's say, for example, combat, I have to go all the way down to Killing Spree, or drop 31 points into this one tree to unlock Assassination and Subtlety. So the glyph UI has changed. As you can see here, it's pretty sexy, right? It's got this whole like Star of David type setup, which I'm sure is very intentional. And also they've added prime glyphs. Once you learn a glyph, you now know that glyph forever. You don't have to worry about going back and buying multiple copies because you're testing out a specific spec. But you can't just swap them in and out whenever you want. You have to use Vanishing Powder to remove them. Right now, Vanishing Powder is available at a merchant. In the future, that's probably going to change. Now you want to pay attention to some of the changes that have been made in Cataclysm. For example, this talent, Revealing Strike, is modified by this glyph of Revealing Strike, and it increases the effectiveness of your next finishing move by 20%, or a glyph 30%. Keep in mind that it said effectiveness, not damage, and Kidney Shot is a finishing move, and making it 30% more effective means I can stun you and go make a sandwich. Now, I'm sure you're going to see this with every class. There's going to be some weird thing that when glyphed is going to be extremely OP, but everything is being balanced right now, so a lot of these things are probably going to change. So enjoy it while it lasts. Alright, so Reforging is pretty awesome. You take any item that's eye level 200 or above, throw it in this window here, and you can convert the secondary stat into another stat altogether. It could be hit, it could be dodge, it could be freaking mastery, but it's not going to be a 1-to-1 ratio. There's some math involved. Typically, it's like you get half of the bonus. Now, this is also the only way that you can get mastery rating right now because no level 80 gear has mastery on it. And if you really wanted to, you could convert all of your stats over to mastery, but let's face it, that's not going to be the smartest thing. Understanding mastery is pretty simple. They have given you a tree-specific passive ability that is tailored to that tree somehow. Like warriors, for example, get a 10% bonus to block when they select the prot tree. And the mastery stat is used to augment the percentage of that passive ability's chance to proc. And that's it. The best part about it is when you switch specs, your mastery points will benefit the new tree's passive mastery bonus. Other changes that have come up is the soul shard system, which eliminates bagged shards and gives you 3 to spend per instance of combat. For pallies, you get holy power, and I won't even pretend to know how that works, go ask Lore. And for those of you planning on leveling new tunes, you have something to look forward to, getting kick-ass skills as early as level 10. Don't believe me? Here's me at 19, going down the subtlety tree, click learn, and bam! I now have Shadow Step.
Boom! Give me them beaks, sucker.
Everybody gets something cool at level 10. Druids get Mangle, Warriors get Shield Slam, and Warlocks get summon Fell Guards. So since we're on the subject, let's go ahead and talk about the new Stay command. It's been changed to Move To. What this essentially does is it turns your pet into a remote-controlled DPS or tanking machine. So for example, I take my dude and I put him up here, so he could be all like, surprise, butt sex. Making these skills available at level 10 to me is basically screaming that they want to make the 10-day free trial guys who cap out level 10 go, oh my god, I have to get this game because now I have all these cool moves to try out. Pretty slick move. But right now we're kind of stuck in this void where 4.0.1 is out and 4.0.3 is when we can actually go and do new content. So what are you guys doing in the meantime? Because you know you're not going to be leveling because you're going to have to go and create another guy and you're going to miss out on all the new content if you don't wait. And you're not going to be raiding because right now tanking and aggro and all that stuff is totally screwed up. And nobody is really going to take the time to figure out how to redo all the instances when they're just going to be leveling again anyways in like 2 months. Comments below or at AK Mike B on Twitter. Balls.